Hello, this is Yaro Stanchak again, and we're going to be showing and demonstrating the the 6-pole rotor in combination with 2 coils. And this is the parallel series arrangement, in that each coil is wired in parallel, and then both coils are wired in series. An extension of the prior testing that we did. Let's crank it up a bit, and let me just refocus this here onto our arrangement. So we're ready to rock and roll. You'll note that it accelerated fairly rapidly. It got up to speed. Its speed at this point with zero load is 4,580 RPM, and you can see that we're sucking up about 0.7. Let me just tweak the voltage. Okay, so nextly we're going to put on about a 600 gram load. Everything is shifted a little bit, as you can note. Let's check this. I have the RPM readings written down from some prior runs here earlier. And so with the 600 gram load, pulling about 1.28, and the RPM at this point will be about 41.25, give or take. Notice the pattern on screen is relatively stable. Let's crank it up here to 1,000 grams. Now everything has responded here system-wise. And those are your basic readings that we get. The RPM here would be right around 3640, 3650. Screen display is very stable, and we're looking pretty good. So, nextly, we'll shut this down briefly. I'm going to crank it up to 36 volts, just so you have a flavor of how the machine behaves when you increase the input voltage by 50%. And the thing to watch here is that it accelerates very rapidly, about 2 or 3 seconds to get up to speed. Pretty quick. This configuration is fairly robust. RPM at this point, with zero load, would be somewhere in the vicinity of 6,700, 6,750. And you have the amperage right there. Let's put on that 600 gram load. I'll bounce down just a little bit. This configuration is fairly strong. in my opinion. And the typical efficiencies are running somewhere between 46% and 50% with a good load on. So right now we're running at 6,215 RPM. And let's do the next step. Load it to 1,000. So you see what the amperage is, somewhere around 1.98, 1.97, and 1,000 grams here. And the RPM is right around 5680, give or take. And it's running very efficiently. This thing will pull quite a bit more load. But I'm not about to do that right now. Anyway, that's this little short segment. On to the next one.